wonder if we'll see Hope move up towards the mid lane and put
back as well. I think I found out how to
bottom
fix that
side.
too.
Does have the TP coming back off cooldown.
I'm going to tell him.
Soon.
I'm going to tell him. Alright, chat, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. You saw the bot dive, and that was it. That was the last thing you saw. That was the last thing you saw. Don't worry about it.
A side laner in a strong position.
Don't worry about
obviously the most obvious target for that.
Don't get me started, bro.
For FlyQuest to stop the push from coming out.
What happened? Stream, it got restarted.
Try and get something for themselves during that time.
Yo, Soul Break. It was at Berlin. Don't worry about it.
Priority on red buff. They at least steal away that. Tarzan will be very happy though with his grub pack. For AL.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to sort it after this stream. I've got other things to try. I'm going to call them. I'm going to talk to them.
Out to the sidelines, and that Aurora that we highlighted here, Shanks starting off to another good game. Because last game on the Azir,
1,200 damage a minute.
Holy.
That is
absurd.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's
obviously
an Azir game for you, isn't it?
5v5 teamfights later on the Azir, but Shanks
that's crazy.
Having an absolute blinder there in game 3. Drake secured though for FlyQuest.
Early Drake.
First on the board 4 minutes earlier. And we saw one taken in game
Shanks
3.
has had free lane though, which kind of worries me. Whippo hasn't been able to achieve anything with top.
As Flandre tries to trade back, but difficult to do that when you like to auto
the
attack.
bot play went fine, I guess, but Master didn't get the kill.
Yep.
And the wave didn't get fully denied, so Hope actually picked it up.
We'll see.
The early game for AL is a lot more chill for them than I thought it would be.
In a few seconds here.
Yeah, thanks, Haley. I appreciate the modding.
The summoner spells have come back off of cooldown for those carries on the bottom side of the map, so
Flandre's in a great spot for what I think this matchup should be.
And it is just going to be the Scuttle Crab for now.
Spide will be able to take that.
Man.
Shanks with a push in mid.
FlyQuest need to like
back away off that. Does have the TP
fucking
back
force
up.
through mid jungle.
Hope continues just to catch the waves
and play around Shen ult as much as they can.
Willing just to ping pong these waves back and forth for now. It's nothing really to play over or play around on the map. You know, you've got 4.5 minutes on a Rift Herald. You have 4 minutes on a Drake. Just get towards those first items as quickly as you can.
Chat, I want to play new champion. I want to play Yunara.
Yeah,
when's she coming out?
That cooldown as well for the teleport.
Like July 16th or something, right? She's a while.
Feels so much better once you have your teleport cooldown ready to go for a Stand United play, so you know you can
PMO,
get back
private message offer. Yeah, that's what that is.
The good thing for FlyQuest is if Whippo
private
did go
message
for a
offer.
Play, Master or Quad can
16th of July, bro. That's like 13 days.
Stand United's bot lane, Master then
ages away.
up to top, or Master
that is ages away.
Quad goes up towards the top side, right? Who has just finished his Rod of Ages. Luden's now as well for Masu, so first items starting to be completed. Shanks has got double haunting guys, which the multiple mask build is one we have seen around.
Multi-mask?
Doesn't always go as effectively as you'd like it to, but does give you big damage amp in those early fights.
Yeah, it gains so much.
Quad. Kyle flashes forward. The sun into
baited.
The wall.
And the Poppy W.
Back into the bush.
Kyle, nice.
The knockup from Inspire coming out as well.
But the Fly win this. Oh my god, the bomb up. Oh, never mind. Hope and Shanks. Frying him.
The chase continues onto Bucio as Hope looks
oh my god. What? Shanks is big now. What the hell, bro? Massive damage is big. The setup was good, but like your quad, the disrespect. What are your tips for functioning with ADHD? I'm not well put together. I used to take meds for it. I'll tell you in a second. Hang on, hold.
The Bloodletter's curse, but here's another look at it as Tarzan and Shanks, because there was no minion wave there.
They're not seen.
Yeah,
they're not seen. They just walk in.
And so Quad goes back in because they think
because Quad thinks, yeah, look, I've got jungle support here, but AL are quicker.
AL were there first. So that's why they get the big advantage.
KL's Leona is clean, man. Calling it point blank. Shanks, this was just so well played. Look at the E, Q, flash, boom.
And they still get their kill. And they
my
get their
ADHD, I used to take meds because I got diagnosed like 4 years ago or something. But I've always been like, all the signs point towards it, right? Like, it's like a aha moment. I start, right now, what's working really well for me is I start with a morning workout routine where I just do some stuff at home. I don't look at my phone for the first hour because I get distracted, and with ADHD, like I just scroll. I stay off short form content because it is so bad for ADHD, like it abuses ADHD, bro. They pay, they're literally just buying for your attention.
That is definitely going to be a very
and you get nothing from it.
And Aurora becomes a big problem because you get your push on your side lane and then threaten these flanks so effectively. So
how else do I fix my
vision here to see about any of those rotations over, and we'll see.
Like,
what they can do to try and put a stop to that.
I think those are the main things, because short form content
goes in with the shadow dash. Tarzan does eat a bit of his health.
Short form content destroys my attention span, destroys my dopamine, and like.
AL will be very happy to fight over it now that it's starting to get towards those first completed items.
I also think it's about like diet also helps, right?
Essence Reaver
Stay away from sugar
as well, who, although
as much as you can, obviously it's fine to have some sugar, but like
still in a really strong position. By 800 gold ahead,
the human body realistically should only be having 23 grams of sugar a day. And that's nothing, right? 23 grams.
You still die.
A teaspoon is 4 grams.
Even if you kill Shanks.
For context.
Yep. Has his cleanse.
That's how much your body can actually process. After that, it can't process. It turns into extra shit, bad shit.
Let's see about that pincer.
But I've walked away from a lot of sugar. I tried keto for a bit. It's a bit unrealistic for this modern day, but if you want to try something really explosive, that was good. I was level the whole day.
For this dragon is unreal.
What is an
Looks like they're going to drop the control ward here and
I mean, that's also the sugar in that is bound, like the fructose is bound to other atoms, so it digests slower.
Inspired and Busio in this bush.
So yeah, that's sugar, but also like,
as well. How's the keeper's
2 serves of fruit a day, that's what I do.
How much that can change an objective play. Busio with a good hook, but the
Solar Flare. Oh my god, the kick away only gets 1, and it doesn't get the right target. Hope is now big. Here comes Tarzan. Got him. Oh, here's Shenol. KL again. Shenol doesn't come through again. Oh, the W from Poppy was big. Maybe it's a fight though. Oh, here's Flandre. Holy. Pod wants to get over the wall.
Said you got to watch Shanks in these fights. He wasn't even involved.
He wasn't. It was just Hope.
3-person move from mid lane. They just go straight into the river. They force it through onto Busio.
Well, Hope this game on Lucian is playing a lot better. So what do we need from Hope? We just need champions that can press go.
Right back out to the top side. They clean up that extra wave because Bwipo, after his Stand United target just died, decided
Flandre TP in was class.
Even though Flandre
covered the return of the play from Fly. 2.5k gold lead with Aurora Lucian.
Back up to click,
I don't think this
I feel like it's actually a window.
I don't think mid jungle have played together at all, really.
Afterwards.
Support jungle playing together, they're linked up always.
Alongside
but they're always in the back foot of these fights. They always get their carries there later.
Able to lock him up with the stun, even though Inspired went for the kickback. Only getting Kyle over the edge. The burst damage is there.
Bwipo's like, okay, I got to ult.
Tarzan on the inside route.
His ult early though. Is he level 11? That shield's big, but it just doesn't do enough.
Through the extra shield. Quad comes over and they try and salvage something, but since Flandre then had Bwipo pushed under tower,
from Hope as well.
He goes for the teleport.
First game from G2 and Fly were really good. Everything else, oh dear. Poppy versus Lee Sin has really sucked. Poppy versus Lee Sin has really sucked. How do you play this draft versus Poppy? I think Fly made some drafting mistakes, I really do.
Looking at the damage on the Shank Keeper's verdict.
Nice.
Knocks Bwipo back.
Oh,
he's guilty.
hello.
Flash forward from Tarzan.
Oh my god, bro. Tarzan putting on a clinic. I forgot this, by the way. Tarzan's Poppy. I remember talking about it in LPL. I remember talking about it a lot. I remember this Poppy being fucking good.
Bwipo's here this time around. And he at least got the crab with his Titanic.
Hope we'll be able to take the
Fly quest drafting has been a bit cooked.
We'll get the feats of strength over to
Fly looked better though than G2 did.
Booties, but nice little steal there from Bwipo.
Are you sure?
Have another look at this. Busio just taking a greedy path, let's be honest.
Yeah, these fights here through the jungle. Tarzan was lying in wait in the brush. So just as he comes over towards the wall, they get the burst damage.
In what aspect? How have they looked better?
Plenty to finish it off.
AL is a weaker team than Gen G, I'd argue.
Busio, and then look at the minimap.
AL is not about the macro. They just literally just force fights and use hands.
His teleport and has his Titanic, so trying to salvage something from it, but Tarzan's like, you know what?
I think it's hard to judge when I don't think AL's as good as Gen G.
And then go for the flash play onto the corner.
Fly looks better against Seed 1 with 0 time to warm up. Well, that's true. We don't know that yet. I mean, that's true.
TP coming out as well.
But we also don't know that Fly have looked better than G2. With bias aside. That's nice. Nice. Nice, finally we got something with mid-jungle. Nice.
Nice play there. Inspired goes and finds it. They get the combo, as you say, kind of hands over the shutdown kill.
Do you think they'll blast Hans and Inspired will smack Skumon? Yeah, maybe.
Turn it into an objective afterwards as well.
Yo, I'm not disagreeing for the sake that I'm EU biased. I'm disagreeing for the sake that it's really hard when it's AL and Gen G. And it's also like Fly have shot themselves in the foot with some of these drafts where they're picking, they're going Lee Sin as the last best jungle option, and then Poppy's just left standing, even though as a support would have been fine against, fine with Ziggs. Maybe arguably you need harder engage.
Will get the stun onto Master, but he was able to satchel charge away. Inspired jumps back with the safeguard. Riftail charges in as Bwippo
jumps in. Maybe you're going to AK5 for Fly. Bwippo doesn't take damage. Okay.
To kill off the Leona. The Riftail
yeah, they got so much protective measures.
Until FlyQuest eventually kill it off. Shanks going in. Bwippo dashes across the wall. Shanks doesn't have a huge amount of mana, so doesn't want to continue.
We'll get an answer to those questions if Fly lose. Yes, we will. We get an actual answer.
Are able to get one for themselves, put a stop to this duo. Kyle and Tarzan.
If FlyQuest lose this series, we get our answer straight away.
Through the river, playing so well together.
We get our answer straight away.
Jungle and support, and FlyQuest now biting back.
You look at the synergy between Tarzan and Kyle as well. 1-2-8, 1-3-8. They kill together, they die together, they get assists together. Overall,
in the West, we need to get away from "Let's go, let's go, FlyQuest, let's go, G2." I like when they sing the songs. I like when they do something different. Bro, we just need something different.
The series.
Let's go.
Game 3 key examples of that. Question is, with a 2,000
why don't we start singing "Hey, hey, baby"?
FlyQuest find a way back. I wanna know. Next streak in 3.5 minutes. Artican up in 10. It's on the bot side of the map.
How about that? That was a good one.
Shanks now finishes Bloodless's curse.
We don't need ads. We had ads before on the other stream.
That's that double mass build.
The worst thing about NA is the fucking flame wars happening in any chat on Twitter. Yeah, true.
He refunded it a little bit there.
Did he undo it? Looks like it went for.
They just want to finish. They just want to be in the discussion.
He doesn't need the Bloodless's curse yet.
I'm off-roading with my quad. Nice.
Wants to avoid getting
That's a cool sign. That's a cool sign.
And again, still has so many stacks because of the Dark Seal here.
Chat, these stream days with only one best of 5 have been feeling real quick.
So it feels like he has enough threat.
Where are FlyQuest looking? Currently, for a pick down towards this bottom side, there's no tier 1 here to defend Shanks. Kaya will get a little bit of vision in. Inspired spotted.
Chat, I'm going to try something with my feet. I'm going to touch my Ethernet cable. I'm going to move some things. I don't know if I've been moving this pile. If this disconnects me, we know what it is.
It would have to be teleports if they wanted to answer. And for that, you have to
get really
far out of range of Flandre, since Flandre can interrupt with his own ulti. So they would have to back off, and that's why he's walking down the river right now. FlyQuest looking for something.
It's not. It's not.
Has 10 stacks on the Rod of Ages and the Leandries. The hook's going to go in
fucking box.
From Busio.
I'm so annoyed. It's such an expensive box as well.
That flank that we talked about so much. Bwippo, the first
why is everything in Germany
scam?
Oh my god.
Go Shanks and onto the back line.
The Poppy follow-ups have been so good. Kyle, like I said, clean. It's a montage on Kyle.
Number 1 seeds. As a FlyQuest lick
it's
their
a
wounds,
montage.
try and gain control over this mid-wave. The Artican will be begun by Tarzan and by Hope. I don't think AL really needs to send anyone else over there to secure it.
Yeah, FlyQuest were trying to find their pick there, but AL, the counter was made possible by Flandre's Poppy ultimate. Big ejection there meant that Bwippo was alone when the teleport arrived, and now down to that bottom side of the map that you're talking about. They should be able to finish it off in time before FlyQuest can actually make their way through.
I think Inspired might die from this. Shanks has no ulti. Maybe. Charm. Oh, they're trying for this. They're going forward for this. They're not. I'm not sure about that. Holy Flandre. Master's in back. Shanks, so not dead. Okay, maybe. Oh no, they haven't killed Hope. Oh, Bwippo, go Bwippo. I'm cheering for you for some reason. Oh no, they just got wiped. Oh dear lord, GG. The Poppy is insane. Tarzan's Poppy. They just can't get anywhere near. Show me replay now.
When Bwippo comes back up,
look. Shanks buys time as well. Good flash. Sonic Wave doesn't connect. Tarzan in the way. W down. Quad jumps in. That disrespect. That's a mistake from Quad. The burst is nice, but Tarzan against the wall again. Look at the W. Oh my god, Inspired can't get anywhere near.
So much damage done from Hope. dashing away. The Lucian that you mentioned
Tarzan just finds walls, bro. He finds a wall. You know what? Aziz finds a road. Poppy finds a wall.
With 3 members. After
we go to Great Wall of China. We go to the one on the border. Where we go? Which wall should we go to?
And draw out the play. But AL with another counter.
And we were talking about it earlier. It's like, yes, you can kill Shanks, but if Hope's still alive, you're just dead.
I hate the Lee Sin when Poppy's up.
Masu picked up 2 big kills in that fight.
If you have Nautilus as engaged, it's okay.
So he will be accelerating in terms of where he was gold-wise. Vision cleared out here by FlyQuest around this Drake. Would be sole point for them. Inspired goes in. Tarzan very deep.
Holy. Look at Shanks ulti. They're going to jump on him. They miss something, and they miss the next thing. And he's going to get a kill. He missed. He's just auto-attacking, by the way. Quad has had a bit of a stinker. He was quiet in Game 2 because of the draft. Was Game 2, chat?
The quad underneath the tower should be able to survive, but
what did Quad play Game 1?
Over to anyone's legend. Masu still getting chased down. Hope with the culling, and Masu is
holy
cold.
Crap, it's over. It's over.
Get 3 out of the exchange, and they might not even turn their eyes towards the
Did he go Roa Ari?
They're going to push through 2 lanes.
Now it looks like the #1 seed from the LPL.
Yo, Kobe called him Al.
FlyQuest territory after that last fight, just ballooning the gold lead here. And the power of the
I really like AL's draft
here with all the extra
especially the last 2 games have been really good.
They can start to
it's such a small window, I think, playing Lee Sin with this comp.
And the powerful solo lane champions we were talking
Again, you have these problems where like the transition of damage, if Ari doesn't have a lead,
it's such an
even though they don't have a full tank comp. But you look at like bro, where's the transition? With Kalista comps, we have scaling, we have like Aziz, right? We have Sejuani. Okay, we see the pillars. With this comp, we have 1 champion in mid and one in jungle. Rely on each other. Even though they're set up in other lanes.
And even Flandre, who was struggling early into Whippo,
I think they made it too hard for themselves. Maybe that's it.
Yep,
they just got to solo build MR.
True.
I mean, you're also right. The 80 damage is Lee Sin, that's it.
And the setup for Baron is dangerous because AL have so many pick tools that they can just turn off and turn on FlyQuest ever so quickly. So FlyQuest have to be so careful when trying to keep up vision. They're looking for one of the miracle setups now. Try and find some sort of skirmish to get back into this game. That's kind of your only hope at the moment. So they're doing a little trailing play at the moment, as you see the Ari was going behind Whippo, but as Flandre just backs off, they have to call off on that one.
What do you do now? You submarine with Nautilus.
Investing their resources.
Send Ari in, Lee Sin, get a pick.
You can see Tarzan over by the red buff right now. They have Vision over there as well. Mega Inferno Bomb invested to see if this Baron was even being done by AL.
Zig still has wave clear.
Alterations on FlyQuest's side.
I mean, it's still kind of hard for AL to walk up to these turrets unless they're able to descend it. So the good thing is that Ziggs, you can also press W here.
As Hope dashes away, the tower falls.
Teleport comes in. Here's the
I don't think Ziggs is that bad for this comp. Pick. We got space. Kael is taking no damage. Where's the damage now? Where is the damage on Kael? Hope is just taking on the whole team, by the way. Inspired gets the kick. Oh my god, Tarzan. He just sent it. And that means Inspired couldn't get out. Oh my god, Whippo. Dude, times have changed, huh? Times have changed.
Bessa wins out against the Shen. Busio falls as well. And yes,
AL switched on. They did the Gen G thing, chat. They did the Gen G. Oh, we're awake now. We're awake. No more jet lag.
Their flank wards.
Ziggs would be okay with a Triss mid, you think? Yeah, maybe Triss mid would have been better. I can see Triss mid with this comp that wants to do a lot of diving from AL. I think Triss mid, you're right. Triss mid, actually. Maybe Ari was a mistake. Maybe Ari was a mistake. Because also with the Triss mid, I don't mind the Shen. Plus you have AP carry bot. Yeah, Triss mid is a good call. Triss mid's actually a really good call. You play Trist?
Yeah.
Yone was not banned, by the way.
It looks like the...
But then maybe the Lee Sin pick was a little bit bait. Maybe Sedge, bro. Sedge Yone was up. Where was Sedge Yone?
Because you can see what FlyQuest are trying to do.
Sedge Yone with the Ziggs comp, with Shen, you have a tank, you have a gauge, you have pick, you have team fight set up, you have Reliance from Nautilus. You have a nice front to back then.
Shanks was the first one to teleport in. He just deleted Masu. Down the other side,
really good options.
FlyQuest were trying to get something back for themselves. But as soon as Flandre also channeled his teleport, they just closed the trap shut.
It's easy for me to be a hindsight Andy. It's really hard in the time chat to be like, oh, we should have done this. You know, like, oh, we should do this. We should do this. It's so easy being a hindsight Andy, right?
Now spotted on this vision. Hope was on the inhibitor tower. Kyle keeping inspired, busy.
I criticize drafts, I do, and sometimes I got to remember that, like, I might not see all the angles, but also it's really hard to do it at the time and be like, yeah, this is really good. AL? Are they too far ahead? Flandre doesn't die anymore. The problem is definitely with damage right now. Okay.
They will knock down this inhibitor tower, though. As FlyQuest
they still got everything they wanted. Lee Sin speaking English. Oh yeah, yesterday's Lee Sin could not understand what was going on, bro. That guy was Korean.
But with the Baron buff, with the giant gold lead, it's still going to be AL.
This is a European Lee Sin.
As well. Dragon will be spawning. It's not a very impactful dragon, but still should be able to immediately reset and go over there. FlyQuest here, right back out to it. Even though
the Rod of Ages build as well is a terror.
Gold deficit they need to try and cut down from. That's got to be the angle here. If you can get some sort of vision advantage here,
I don't think with a comp that, in my opinion, even though it scales,
like flash kick,
needs this kind of front line when you have Shen North. I think you need flat AP. You need Pen.
Kyle is back up and
like Leandri's
team. So AL stand 5
like you got to whittle through the fights. I don't think you're in the fights that long. You have a lot of burst. Wow. Holy Ambassador Chase is worth 3 Ariel. And he's got cooldowns.
Well,
so he's not getting out.
I was going to say they've left quad out to dry, but the Sand United
that's
really
down now as well. Big engage. Might be last team fight, chat. Inspired? Props, bro. Props to Inspired. Oh my god, Inspired is trying. Yeah, props to Inspired. What else can you do?
And for a moment it looked bright for FlyQuest, but AL still
Ad is about to start. No, it's not. 3 minutes. AL, can you end the game in 3 minutes?
And they're going to have a tough time.
They don't have hope.
Just being 2 tanks here. So AL, they run straight through these towers, straight through these inhibitors with the Baron buff.
Inspired did well in the losing games. Everything outside the Vi game, I think Inspired did well. The Vi game was his fault. The Vi game, okay, it wasn't completely his fault, but there was a big part to play. Chat adds a cooks because the stream restarted for some reason. I'm going to call Fritz Box today. I'm so over this. He didn't do it yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know why it does it.
First, they'll take away everything they can from this FlyQuest jungle.
Tarzan is an Inspired fanboy. Oh, really?
AL have done a lot of different things. In the second game, they utilize, split pushing really well. Flandre just basically solo bolos. And then in the second game, all about their 5-on-5 team fight. Shanks farming up, carrying with the Azir.
We've had a stinker.
In this game, the skirmishes in the early river,
level 1, game
with
1,
a
game
lot
2.
of early movements from Kyle and Tarzan.
He tried to win the lane, but
very nice versatility shown
in isolation, Flandre gapped him.
#1 seed in this series. FlyQuest as well.
I think Quad had a really quiet day. I don't know if they're stinkers or not. I think sometimes due to draft, it was kind of...
I think game #1 and game #3 are the 2 games from FlyQuest that inspired me the most. I think they... game #3, maybe we underestimated their draft and the damage output from it, but I really felt like they were in a big hole in that game and then were able to fight back and get really close. It's like a couple of milliseconds between them winning in those fights and them losing
BB versus Whippo will be fun.
Tenacity. And that is always inspiring to see.
Chat, I mean,
days of roll over and die versus the LCK and the LPL.
Have G2 had good time to warm up because their first game versus Genji was good. They kind of rolled over after that. But I think I was complaining about drafts yesterday as well, wasn't I?
Mid inhib and bot inhib still 3 minutes away from respawning for FlyQuest.
It's an 11k gold lead.
It's going to have to be the FlyQuest miracle.
Ziggs wave clear, the dream.
And they dig deep.
The man, the myth, the bomb.
Gold. And AL knocking on the door.
Keep throwing him. He can clear waves.
Looking to see perhaps if he can catch out Flandre, but everyone on AL so tanky now that FlyQuest don't really have an easy out.
Baron's on up for 45 seconds. Oh my god, Quad hit it again. Quad has got to stop getting hit by that. Oh, into Poppy's ult. Oh my god, sorry, it's done. Tarzan Poppy is nuts. Quad needs to ult preemptively. He just walks up. Quadzari was not it, chat. Perfect timing because ads are coming in 5 seconds anyway. Chat, that's it. 3-1. 3-1, I was wrong, but GG. 3-1. 3-1. Okay, G2 versus FlyQuest.
Nice snowball from them.
G2 versus FlyQuest.
Just sees Quad, goes immediately for it, starts it out.
All right,
so they can just
here we are.
Over.
G2 versus FlyQuest. Now tomorrow, we get T1 CFO debut and we get the G2 FlyQuest. We have an elimination tomorrow. We have an elimination tomorrow. No, that's the day after, sorry. BLG Koi debut, rather. CFO T1, that's the day after, sorry. Day after, that's the stream after. But then they go singular game ones. 1 BO5 on that day, 1 BO5 on that day. It confused me, the time zone. FlyQuest, I put G2 over FlyQuest, I'm going to be honest. No, I didn't actually, I put FlyQuest over G2.
You know, you mentioned LCK #1 versus LPL #1. EU versus NA. We've got a lot of fun in store for us.
I didn't think G2 looked good.
We have.
Hey, where's my updated pick'ems? Hey.
Disappointing on the day, especially after that game.
Where's my updated pick'ems?
Like they really had a good
I put G2 versus Fly, and I put Fly winning going to BLG and then losing to BLG.
Genji versus anyone's legend now locked in for the 4th of July. G2 versus FlyQuest on the 4th of July. I feel like that's slightly biased scheduling. Like, you're going to put it on Independence Day when it's EU
Medic did not just say on Independence Day.
Versus NA.
Yo, Tisco, what up, bud? You missed it.
2 series happening tomorrow as
Holy.
well.
Okay, chat, interview. Who are we talking to? Who are we talking to?
He was getting so
I want to talk to Shanks. Can we talk to Shanks? Oh, it's Tarzan. In Korean. No, it's in Chinese.
I am here on stage with victorious Tarzan. Thank you so much for joining me. 축하드립니다. Gongxi. For winning against FlyQuest today. I'm gonna have
and then she spoke Mandarin. Gongxi.
Translation. First things
on
first.
America Day.
Facing off against FlyQuest, we know
so
that it's a really creative team,
dude,
and that Inspired is a really aggressive jungler. Is there anything that surprised you today?
首先，恭喜你们获得这场比赛的胜利。
In
其实我们都
Mandarin,
知道你们的对手
Tarzan, I told you he's
是一个
fluent
非常
now.
有创新力的一个队伍。同时，他们的打野选手 Inspired 也是一直以他的进攻性而著称。所以说，想问一下，可能今天这场 BO5 整个和他们打下来，他们有没有哪些方面可能使你们惊讶了一下呢？
首先我们打 FlyQuest 的话，我感觉他们是跟我们很像的一个队伍，所以我们就野区的碰撞吧。
I feel like facing off against FlyQuest definitely shares some similarities in us in terms of the playstyle. So we just put more attention in the jungler, maybe the skirmishers.
I see. And when you qualified to MSI, you said that from the day I joined AL, I made a promise that I would be taking responsibility for the team. Why do you feel like you have to be responsible for the team's success?
那其实记得他在选手当晋级到 MSI 之后，你在社交媒体上有分享说，当自己加入这支 AL 的第一天以后，你就决定要承担起责任，带领队伍走得更远。所以说也想问一下，我们都知道有这样的责任感是很不容易的，你觉得你为什么要承担起这样的一个责任来带领队伍呢？
因为我很有自信吧。
It's just because I'm that confident.
Holy.
All right, so carrying that confidence, you're going to face off against Genji in the next round. Is there any advice that you can share your mid laner Shanks facing off against Chovy, your former teammate?
那带着这股自信，你们也将在下一场的比赛当中直面 GNG。同时呢，你的中单选手香克斯也将面对到你的老队友 Chovy。那其实香克斯也知道他可能在国际大赛上算是一种新人嘛，所以说也想问一下，在这里要不要对他说一点什么加油打气，或者说一些建议呢？
给
香克斯，对。
虽然Chovy是一个猛的选手，但是香克斯你也是最近很猛的。
He's smiling. What happened?
Just one sentence. Shanks, we all know Chovy is a super strong player, but Shanks, you're a strong main laner as well.
Attaboy, that's loving. Look at the little smile, bro.
Last question for you, Tarzan. Carrying that confidence, do you have a message for Canyon for the next match?
Oh yeah. Say Canyon, I'm coming for you.
Canyon, 所以说在这里要不要也对 Canyon 选手说点什么
？Tell me, what is it? What are you gonna say?
虽然Genji是一个很强的队友吧，但是也 打我们应该会不容易的，我们会尽力打他们。
Definitely, Gen.G is a super strong opponent, but for them, facing off against anyone's legend, it's going to be a tough task for them as well. And for us, we're going to just try our best to showcase our best performance.
Okay. Banger for sure. Nice, thank you so much for the interview. Congrats again on defeating FlyQuest. Wendy, thank you so much. Smurfing once again. And that's all for us here on this side of the stage.
Big dub.
See you tomorrow.
Big dub. AL3-1 versus FlyQuest. Chat. Yo, it has been a pleasure as always. I'm sorry about the internet. I'm going to talk to them right after this stream. I promise you. I promise you. Yo, I appreciate everyone coming in. You know, I'm going to say it every single day. You're going to get sick of me saying it, but like, you guys are the fucking best. Thank you for all the follows. If you haven't followed already, remember every single day, 9 a.m. live, I'm going to be here. The only day I can't do that is on the 8th, but I'll tell you closer to. That'll be like a 10 a.m. start, 10:30 a.m. because we're going to a baby appointment to go and see the baby more and make sure that everything's all good with how it's growing and how she's going. Yo, again, all the generosity, all the follows are fucking well appreciated. If you're following on YouTube, if you're there as well, sorry about the stream, but I will make sure that we fix it now. We're going to go raid Aragon. Aragon is a degenerate who likes to say thank you. So when we get in, we're going to give Aragon a thank you. Just like this. Just like that. Look at that. Oh. Better yet, if you have a wide Aragon thank you. I appreciate you all. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, 9 a.m. Remember, 2 series on tomorrow. 2 series. So even though it starts at 9 p.m. tonight, I will not be watching. I will not be watching Koi BLG. I will not be watching T1 CFO. Both of them live here tomorrow, unspoiled, untethered as always. I'm sorry I was such a little whinger today. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Big kiss. Go follow the YouTube as well. And go give love to Aragon. Bye.